Hello and welcome to 𝐾𝐞 TV. James Preston with you live from our studios in Sydney for another edition of Executive Corner Expert Talks. With one eye on the future, societies are collectively looking for ways to become greener and more environmentally friendly. It's also fair to say that two major concerns for every person is the cost of living within their home and to feel safe and secure within it. Those could all be solutions that can be solved in the form of 𝐬𝐴𝐷𝐺 Home, who provide professional tech and home solutions to help create smart green homes. Jacky Teng is the co-founder and chief engineer of the project and also programs at 𝐬𝐴𝐷𝐺 Home. And to find out more about what they do, Jacky joins me now. Jacky, fantastic to have you on the show, mate.
Fantastic to be on this show too. Hi guys.
Mate, great to have you here. So let's start with the obvious one. What exactly is it that 𝐬𝐴𝐷𝐺 Homes does?
We're a company that's dedicated to help out people to get greener homes. Also through the achieving of better home security. For example, preventing any like break-ins or theft. At the same time, make it more convenient for people to have a better home.
And so what kind of products do you use? Because obviously we have things such as the Ring doorbell system, which pops up with a camera when there's somebody who might come to your door, or if there's someone delivering a parcel, you get a notification on the phone. There's obviously different types of screen protector doors that are hard to knock down. So how do you ensure the safety of someone in their house?
Oh, we do have that. As a matter of fact, we do have the doorbell, which automates with your mobile phone as well. For example, if you're at home, you're lying on a couch, you want to feel more secure in a sense. All you have to do is just press a button in your app itself, and you can see who's outside the door. Another way to do so would be you could be at your office. You have someone delivering a courier over. You're thinking, oh, it might be a break-in, so you want to do a double check. All you have to do is just press the button again, and you can see anyone who's outside. So that increases security, and it helps out to stay green as well.
Yeah, wonderful. So what is the 𝐬𝐴𝐷𝐺 Home checklist and the AAA saving assessment?
Oh, the AAA, yeah. That's a good one. Well, AAA, it's sort of like a providing a triple graded service, like like hotels, right? They have this 5-star thing. It's the same thing for us as well. We want to give home users the best kind of a service, in the sense like providing them a greener, a savvy environment, as well as an environment that they can make sure they cut down on their costs. Like recently there's a lot of electric bills that's so expensive, and water bills going up as well. I bet you have your own home, right, as well, that when you see the electric bill going up every year, you feel, oh my, what's going on down here? So what we do is we want to help bring down that, as a matter of fact. Instead of cutting down on expenses, like gradually, we want to help you cut it down at that moment. Just by bringing in a few more digital devices. For example, we have the garden camera that can auto-sense. If you're walking through the garden, it would light up. If there's no one there, it wouldn't even light up at all.
So I suppose in that sense, it's preventing things from such as if you've headed outside to take out the bins as it's beginning to get into the night and you've accidentally left the lights on, and then all of a sudden, you wake up the next morning, they're still on, you look at your bill a month later and it's through the roof. So you've got technology like that, which essentially is a safeguard for any kind of things where if, I've completely lost my marbles, I've forgotten to do it, it counts for people like me, essentially.
Yeah, exactly. I totally agree with you on that one. Even I, for myself, I had this experience as well. I was staying in back in Adelaide, and it was like, oh my goodness, I didn't turn off the light in my garage, and next morning I realized, oh my goodness, I had to pay another 40 to 50 Aussie dollars. You know, it's like I was like, what? I did a bad mistake, eh?
Now, Jacky, you're 100% right. It does all begin to add up quite quickly. And I guess that's the entire point of why you've come up with this, is that it's things that we might not initially think of as, oh, this is a huge cost to incur. It's not my entire energy bill. It's just the little extras, though. And over the course of a year or 5 years, it's a huge cost. Now, obviously, as well, the ideal home is different for every single person. And we're talking about ways that we can save on our plans and on our energy bill. So how do you customize your plans to suit the needs of your clients?
Well, definitely, that's a good question. Definitely, what we look into is first off, we want to look at the average cost for every single home. At the same time, we want to bring it down to maybe say an average of 20% to 30%. So our assessment is done up every 3 to 6 months to guarantee that it matches the current market trends. At the same time, every year we will reassess our products to ensure that the products are matched up to the current market trend as well. So we have like products from 2019, but some of them are pretty obsolete. We'll put it back, and then we'll bring in the new ones. Do some market survey as well. You know, going into different markets like from Korea, from China. You know. The products down there, you know, and integrate them into our system and our apps, you know, ensuring that our back end, we provide cybersecurity that is top notch and well protected for our home users, because that's another issue as well, eh? Yeah.
Now, Jacky, I know we're talking a lot about homes there as well. Do you also veer out into the non-private sector? So do you go to hotels and different stores and things like that and offer your security personnel to that as well, to the products that you create?
Yeah, we do ensure ourselves to be like following up to the Euro privacy statement, which came out, I think, in 2020 or is it 2019, and they made it internationally legalized. Since then, we ensure ourselves to be matched up with that. At the same time, to ensure that you get a better security. For example, there was this case in 2020. Someone's home camera got hacked. Oh my gosh. I wouldn't want that, right? It's like everyone is monitoring what you're doing at home. Hey, yeah, I'm having a shower, right? La 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 la.
It's not that kind of show.
Oh, yeah, that's a real kind of show, eh? Yeah, it would be rather awkward in a sense, you know, having people watching over you like that. Yeah, and you'd be surprised how home devices were, some home devices were compromised during that time. It is so easy to tap into that system during that time, as during that time there wasn't a privacy data statement. So what hackers could do, they could find your IP address, they could even tap into your password, and just by one device within your home itself, they could hack in the whole system. So what we do is we encrypt the data itself, or sort of like, you know, randomly running the passwords, you know, so other people can't hack into the device itself, you know, in a sense, to prevent that from happening. I wouldn't want live show.
No, it sounds like you guys got a lot of fail-safes in there to ensure that people can't get into it. So encrypted data, is that a way that you ensure that your devices can't be hacked?
Exactly, encrypted data, and how should I put this in simple English? As in, sort of like randomly creating a number instead of having one singular number, because most devices only have like numbers like 0000, and that's like that's not a password at all.
Look, please don't look at my Mac. You might find the password is actually password, but that's another story. But I love how you mentioned there as well. I mean, you know, we've got things such as being able to hack one device and then all of a sudden it comes into the next one. And I mean, you're right. I mean, if you are taking a shower, that's one thing. I know for a fact I'm saying all sorts of crazy stuff and I don't want my Google Home to hear me, for example. So I can't imagine the things that could be unraveled, I suppose, if we don't have that locked down. So great to hear that you've got that security as part of your security system. It's not enough to just have the security system, it's got to be secure. So other than obviously the green element to what you're doing, the safety element, what are the benefits that make what you do stand out from your competitors?
Well, most competitors, they focus on bringing more value, but at the same time bringing more costs, because that will like sort of like fail the main purpose of what we're doing down here. We want to minimize the cost for users rather than bring up the cost. So what I look into is I need to ensure that my margin is down there, my profit margin and my cost margin itself. I wouldn't want to go up instead of that. I want to bring it down. You know, so like if it's possible, I could make the product more cheaper, and at the same time having the same or even better encryption, you know, in a sense. So that would be an advantage for us comparing wise to the competitors itself.
Now, Jacky, obviously there's one way that we can do this, which is to sign up and use your products itself. But for more general advice, what are the ways that we can cut down on our household expenses?
Okay, for that, to everyone, every single home user, what I hope to see is that one day, everyone is telling me that, say, hey, I only use like maybe 10 Aussie dollars or maybe 20 Aussie dollars, you know, in a month. Or maybe say, I wouldn't want to turn up the air condition, you know, every day. To just like relax, and yeah, I have a wonderful room temperature that I feel comfortable in. You know, my suggestion to people would be number one, try to be cost friendly. At the same time, try not to use that much water. Rather than using lots of water, you might as well use stuff like filter devices, like filter your water. At the same time, you could use machines like they can store water and waste water and recycle that water, maybe say like flushing the toilet or cleaning the vegetables and so forth. You know, creating an environment that you can bring down what you spend to a minimum value.
No, you're 100% right. So forget the air purifiers, just go out and buy a whole bunch of plants and then become a plant dad. That's another good way to do it. Now, Jacky, just before we wrap up as well, what are some of the different products that you have and how do they benefit your clients? I know we've talked a little bit about this, but let's get really to the nitty-gritty of it.
All right. Okay. What we have is a whole range of products. For example, we have doorbells that can situation away. The second one would be our most top seller, which is our door locks. Up to this date, we've sold quite a few, you know, and most of them gave us feedbacks that, oh, I feel more secure because the door locks are smart door locks. You don't need to monitor anything, and the batteries can last like maybe up to about 3 to 5 years. You know, it saves you a lot of problems. You don't need to bring a key anymore. All you have to do is just use your phone, or you have to just use a card, which is easy and accessible as well. We also have the garden camera that I just mentioned earlier on. That could save you a lot of bill and stuff. We also have the cleaner at home, the vacuum cleaner, which is smart vacuum cleaner. It cleans when it only detects dirt within that perimeter and that area. So you don't have to clean up all the time and spend time, water, and you have to mop the floor again. The vacuum cleaner does it all for you. We also have not purifiers, but more like thermostats to monitor your room temperature and your situation, and only adjust the temperature accordingly to what you want, rather than you going aggressive on the air condition. Oh, 22 degrees, hey, yay, all right, I feel like it's winter right now, Yeah. It's a whole new level, and I believe in the future many people will look into that, and most of the homes would have these as well. As a matter of fact, we have in the States, in China as well as in Korea, most homes have these devices installed in their new apartments, which are newly built, which we are working on as well. So I would strongly advise all Australian fellow uh, friends to have a smart home and benefit from that. Yeah.
Yeah, plenty of benefits, and I think the one that you mentioned there, which is certainly sticking with me, and I think for a lot of families too, is the words security and safety. You really can't put a price on it, but of course, if we do want to put a price on it, you guys are cheaper, so that's a whole other issue. But if we do want to find out any further information about what Smart G Home does, where do we go? What's the website?
Oh, you can come to our website at www.smarthomebiz.suit, or you can find us in Facebook. You can look for me anytime. Just drop me an email. Smart G Home, Smart G. At the same time, we do have something coming up as well where we want to integrate medical care, health benefits, like for example for the elderlies, with the home system as well. For example, elderlies can monitor their health situations back at home and communicate with the people at the hospitals just back at home, and people in the hospitals, they can monitor the elderlies, the situation at home. So it works both ways, in a sense. That's what we're looking into right now.
Terrific innovation, especially given the last 18 months where we really do need to be on top of our health. But Jacky, admire the passion you've shown, mate. Admire what you're doing. And look, thanks so much for joining us. It's been a really fun chat.
Thank you very much. It's really been nice in this show as well. And I wish everyone a wonderful Monday ahead.
Lovely. That is Jacky Teng, CEO and founder of Smart G Home. And if you missed any part of that interview, or you'd like to check out our extensive catalogue of expert talks, just head across to 𝐊𝐶 Media's YouTube channel. I'm James Preston, reminding you to stay apprised and invest wise with 𝐊𝐶.